The insane rage behind Joe Biden's campaign is only going to grow until it synthesizes into the quasi-race war the Democrats want.
Black Lives Matter!
We're going to burn their building down!
Black Lives Matter!
The war is actually an attack on the fundamentals of the American ideology in order to pave the way for the globalist takedown of the United States. For example, over the weekend in New York City, it didn't matter if you were black, Jewish, or a gay Trump supporter. The Marxist mob wants the foundations of our republic destroyed, as it was in this Rudy Giuliani-led Trump demonstration where the NYPD did very little to curb the aggressive Antifa useful idiots.
In order to meet the challenges of today, we can't just build back the way things were before. We have to build back better.
Joe Biden is touting the campaign slogan, Build Back Better. The slogan demonstrates Joe Biden's servant mentality when it comes to his globalist overlords at the United Nations. Build Back Better originated in 2015 at a UN conference in Japan that pushed the Sustainable Development Goals of Agenda 2030. Ultimately, Biden is a lackey to the IMF's push for a new Breton Woods agreement, a global financial reset phasing in a digital currency system tied to a digital ID system.
Now, over the years, there's never been a Breton Woods II, even though there have been many calls for that. Yet we are a very different institution than at our founders' time. One aspect of relevance today is the nascent development of central bank digital currencies and the possible emergence of privately backed stablecoins for digital payments. This was highlighted in the recent attention that's been drawn to Facebook's and others' proposals for what they call the Libra coin. These new instruments aim to do for transactions what the internet has done for information, which is to make transactions instantaneous, secure, and nearly free.
Meanwhile, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi has revealed the Democrats' party intent to transition out of oil and into a multi-trillion-dollar UN Agenda 2030 Green New Deal disaster.
Now, in terms of transitioning, we have everybody at the table when we talk about the climate issue, and that's some of the, shall we say, different exuberances within our own party. We have everybody at the table. We have the private sector, the public sector, the nonprofit sector, enviros, labor, business community, people of faith, farmers, venture capitalists, every aspect, our Native American community, everybody there at the table as we go forward with legislation, as we will go forward with legislation.
And before Election Day is even passed, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is demanding the Biden administration be loaded with progressives.
In terms of my role, I believe that has been my role, and my role is consistent in making sure that we push the Democratic Party to have a larger vision for our future.
If Biden wins, then the United Nations and the IMF win, and it will be a dark spiral into the United Nations biometric microchipping plan already being phased in by the coronavirus pandemic.
I'm Rosa Corey, and I'm from the United States, California. And my topic, what I speak about, is one of the most vitally important issues of our age, and that is United Nations Agenda 21, Sustainable Development. It is the inventory and control plan. Inventory and control of all land, all water, all minerals, all plants, all animals, all construction, all means of production, all food, all energy, all information, and all human beings in the world. And this is a plan that was agreed to by 179 nations back in 1992. It's a United Nations plan. It's called the Agenda for the 21st Century.
So the basic ADHAR mechanism is an identity mechanism. And so it's too bad if somebody thinks that because ADHAR is there, that in and of itself creates a privacy problem. The privacy issue is about the application, okay? The government, in some cases, has access to things that are even more sensitive, because of their role in healthcare.
Our brains are remarkable, miraculous even, but they can't do everything unless we give them a little high-tech help.
When children see the movie The Matrix, and they see Neo jacking an electrode and all of a sudden becoming a gung fu master, the first question they ask is, how can I get one? Well, this does not yet exist, but it's actually physically possible.
It isn't difficult to forecast. Those of you voting Democrat this round lit the fuse on your own destruction.